Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia, the final season, episode number 5 reaction. So the previous episode, Bakugo took care of All For One, and we also got to see All For One and his brother's past. And yeah, even in his past, he was just like how he is. And I'm actually kind of glad that they didn't bring like some kind of sad backstory or whatever. He was absolutely crazy from the very beginning, from his birth. And he's been someone who always takes from everyone, egotistical. What else? Like every other bad trait you can think of, put it on him. He's probably that. And yes, Bakugo was able to take him out in the end. He did kind of see Bakugo and Kudo. He kind of saw Kudo in him, and he made sure to completely obliterate Kudo's bloodline, thinking that, oh yeah, this guy won't be able to come back. But funnily enough, a person who is obviously not related to Kudo at all, which is Bakugo, came back exactly, who is with a personality like him and everything, and took him out. So yeah, in the end he became like a little boy. His own ego kind of got in his way. His hot-headedness. He tried to attack Bakugo, completely lost his power, and just vanished in thin air. So yeah, he's done, I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm guessing we're going to continue with Shigaraki and Deku. So let's see. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, The depths. Damn. In a week's time. Wow. Right. Alpha 1 is gone. It's like, yeah, good riddance. Oh, damn. Oh, what the hell happened there? Oh, okay. Yeah, he used oh god. History's greatest villain. Damn. Okay. What's happening with the subtitles? Well, I can understand Japanese quite a bit, so I don't have any problem. Oh, right. Yeah, he took it. Ah. Mm. Ah. Damn, even the chair. Right. Well, we need to keep our distance. Oh, the danger sense. Ah. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, you cannot. But you cannot attack. Oh god. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Right. Yeah. Now we don't have that. Oh god, he's already here. Great. Yeah, he just destroyed the whole damn place that we're standing at. Ah, yeah. What the hell? Right. While I was immobilized, focusing everything on defense. Oh, okay. Oh, is he just going to like if he like I don't know. I was gonna say if he just destroys the but you know like the decay won't. Yeah, I was gonna say like if he destroys the place, the decays. He's coming here. Oh, good lord! This danger sense is so annoying. Now that Shigaraki has it, we. Loki. Okay, I see. So he's like, yeah, if he keeps doing it from multiple parts, then you won't be able to. Oh god. Okay. Hmm. Damn. You didn't need to climb over. Hmm. Oh, damn. Okay. Gamble. Right. Let go of what? What? Okay. Well. Hmm. Yeah. Can you explain? Why should I? Okay. Hmm. It's battle. Yeah. That's why he's still being bothered by that. Okay. Yeah. What does that have to do with one for all? Crash. Oh. Wait. What? So we transfer one for all to him? So Okay, partial transfer. What is going on? Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that'll be a disadvantage for Shigaraki. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. There it is. This is just going to launch it towards him. Okay, I genuinely am not sure what's gonna like. This came out of nowhere. Like what? I still don't understand how this could work. Like I can understand his logic and what he's trying to say, but I don't know. Alright, you know what? Let's keep watching. Next episode. I guess that's the same for him as well. He's like, I don't know if this is going to work, so that's why we're just going to transfer partial part of your power towards him as an experiment. Oh. And there you go. That was today's episode. So today we had everyone thinking of a plan. The plan, which is basically using one of the quirk factors, that is Kudo's quirk factor, and launch it towards Shigaraki to internally affect him. like Star and Stripes has said, there is apparently uh like a section in Shigaraki which has all the hatred and everything as a concentrated um section, and Star and Stripes, using her, like her power, was able to make like a little crack into it. So basically, inside that crack, we have to launch one of the quirk factors and internally attack him and see if that works. Now, like I said, I have no idea how this is going to work. Like I can understand the theory and what he's trying to say, but I just cannot envision what's going to happen. So I guess I'll have to wait for next episode to see how this is actually goes. I guess in a way, Kudo also has no idea how this is going to work. So he's like, we're just going to try it out and see. Now, I can think of it, like visualize it in this way. Like let's just think that the quirks as like a baseball, for example. So when Shigaraki grabbed one of the quirks, you can think of him going and grabbing one of the baseballs, and now he's using that baseball to attack us by throwing it towards us, hence causing damage. But if used properly, if we launch the baseball towards Shigaraki before Shigaraki is able to take it himself, using that baseball, we might be able to deal some damage to him before he gets his hands on it, basically. You know, so instead of him just waiting and for him to take it, we launch it towards him, hoping that it does its job, before he's able to make use of it. Because technically he will be able to make use of it, because we are literally transferring the power to him. But by transferring the power, we are trying to deal like internal damage, so that like he's not able to do anything. And like hopefully it works out. Basically, we are hoping that it works out. Now another reason why we are using Kudo's power is because, as Kudo says, that instead of giving him a quirk which has no downsides to it, like for example Smokescreen or like the other ones, which he can just use. Like yeah, Smokescreen might be like a lesser, like a important power or something, but it has no downsides to it. So by giving him something like that, he will be able to make use of it and get the full benefit of it. Kudo's power, however, has a downside to it, which is like the recoil. So by giving it to him, yeah, he will be getting the power, but at the same time, it has such a downside to it that it'll be affecting him. Deku is not going to be affected by recoil anymore because of that, because he's kind of, so basically it's something like that, and he's betting on the fact that even if Shigaraki makes use of it, he will get a significant amount of like recoil, which is going to lower his lower his capabilities as well, and deal damage to him in turn. So that's the reason why he's like, I'm going to use my quirk. So that's what's going on now. So like I said, I have no idea. I cannot visualize what's going to happen here, because let's wait and see. I guess that's what Kudo also thinks. Kudo also doesn't know whether this is going to work, but he's like, yeah, let's just try it at least, because otherwise we're just going to be here sitting ducks, just waiting for him to just take all the power one by one, because obviously Deku doesn't have enough to like keep going and keep fighting. A time will come when he will not be able to continue. So yeah, so basically this is a gamble, as you said. Either way, so that's what's going on here. Other than that, today's episode was basically Shigaraki fighting Deku. Now, Shigaraki's goal here obviously is a little bit different from All for One, because All for One was like, he was the one trying to become like a demon lord, and he was like, I'm going to rule over everyone and all that stuff. That was his goal. So his goal didn't have any type of like he wanted to like at least keep the keep the earth going at least. Shigaraki doesn't care even if the world gets destroyed. Basically that, as they said, he just wants destruction. That is why in the very beginning he was talking about how much time it'll take for him to sink the whole damn place. He was saying it'll take me like a week to do that, and he's already kind of doing it. Even in Mount Fuji as well, he was going to use decay to make it erupt, and he doesn't care. And that is obviously like a disadvantage here, because he can, not only do we have to protect ourselves and keep fighting, we have to make sure he doesn't do enough damage to make the whole damn place go down. Basically that. So it's a trickier situation with Shigaraki. Now, other than that, what else was there? Oh, Shigaraki being able to was able to take danger sense away from him, and he probably would have gotten hands on the whole damn quirk, like everything. But danger sense sensed that and was able to knock out the other quirk factors out of the way, and he was the only one who got sacrificed. Now Shigaraki has danger sense now, so it's being a little bit a little bit annoying, because he can now feel where the danger is coming from. But Deku kind of knows how to counter it, kind of. So he was using that smoke screen and attacking from multiple directions, and trying to kind of trigger as much danger sense as he can and kind of land an attack. But Shigaraki also has Surge, so he knows where he's coming from. So it kind of defeats the purpose, because he can literally see that Deku's coming from here. So so yeah, it's an annoying little situation here that's going on. Now, other than that, obviously the another thing that was we got to see in today's episode is Nana saying that just give up on him. I know you said you want to help him, but there are some people who have gone just too far, and it cannot be helped. But Deku's whole thing is basically, as the others said, that this is basically what makes Deku keep going. His whole like this part of him where he wants to see the good in people and save everyone. It doesn't matter if that person bullied him, if that person is quirkless. He wants to see the good in people, and he wants to kind of help that, and kind of bring that out. So since that is Deku's whole reason for being a hero, I feel like at this point, telling him to take out Shigaraki is going to defeat that whole damn purpose. And if if Deku's what has made Deku a hero, if up until that now, what has made him a hero, if he is not able to go along that line, he will not be able to bring out as much power as he could, because this is you're telling him to walk against his ideals. So it's not going to work like that. And you saw literally Deku was like, no, I still want to help him. And that's why Kudo was also like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was kind of foolish for us to trust this power to someone who wants to help our arch enemy. But then he also kind of says that, but then again, we have been here inside of him for such a long amount of time, so we've been seeing what type of person he is. So yeah, this is something that is going towards this direction is something that will probably be able to bring out as much power as he had. The thing is, like they said, if Deku tries to go against his ideals now and tries to kill Shigaraki, he won't be able to amass as much amount of power as he could have while he was working towards his goal. Kind of something like that. So either way, that's why Kudo was like, yeah, to do that, we have to take a gamble here. And the gamble is basically, as we saw, he's like, chug, transfer the quirk towards him, one of the quirk factors towards him, and see if he can deal damage internally. Right. So anyways, yeah, let's see how this goes. I have no idea how this is going to work. Like, as the other said, if you transfer the quirk towards him, he's just going to make use of it, which I also agree with. you know so I cannot really understand what they're trying to do, but as far as I could, as far as the explanation goes, basically we're going to be infiltrating that one crack that has been formed in that, like that concentration of hatred and like destruction that Shigaraki has within him. And that crack has been formed by Stars and Stripes. So we have to infiltrate that. So yeah, anyways, like see let's see how this plan works. Now, other than that, the rest of the episode was basically them fighting. Deku is obviously extremely injured. He is just being flung around and everything, and just, you know, like Shigaraki just threw him towards Mount Fuji, and he used his quirk to destroy the place he was standing in, and he was also planning to kind of um, make that decay go and affect Mount Fuji so that it erupts, basically. So, it was a tricky situation, and Deku had to use his, like, the power that he was storing. He was using gear shift multiple times, extending his muscles and like storing up the power so that he could just shoot it all out at once towards Shigaraki and the land that was being affected by decay. So if you just destroy the land, decay won't be able to like come towards us, and you know Mount Fuji will be fine. Like, so that's what he did. And yeah, but obviously Shigaraki is at a huge advantage, especially after he got his danger sense. You know, like he's now like dodging everything left, right. Um, right. Now another thing Shigaraki has been saying is basically he's like, "Oh, you are trying to save me," like but like I admit that I did cry for a little bit at that time, but that me is gone. That me has become this me now. Now he's saying all of these things, but like you can also see that while he was fighting, there was a section where he kind of got reminded of Star and Stripes' words, and he's like, why am I thinking of that now? Like this part. Here we go. He's like, what was that? Why did that cross my mind? I thought you were completely destroyed. Yeah, and he's like remembering what she said. Like, as long as people help each other out, Rama, who inherits the spirit of a hero. Yeah, so, like all those things he's kind of remembering. So that in itself indicates that even it doesn't matter how much he says that, oh, like that part of me is gone, this and that, it is still there. It has been there from the very beginning, that part of him which wanted help. It wanted help from the very beginning, and it has just been suppressed by All For One, and like the hatred and everything that has accumulated up until now. It is just covering it up, basically. So and that's why he's like thinking of all of these things. Deku gives a very good, I guess you could say, um symbolic, not symbolic, what is that, metaphorical, not metaphor, I don't know what to call it. The way he kind of explained how it is he says that apparently it is like a lid. He has put a lid on top of his the part of him that needs help. So by putting a lid, he's trying to cover it, and he's like, you know, I'm this, like I'm this person who's gonna destroy everything. I don't need help. But as Deku says, I don't care, even if that lid is there. I'm going to keep punching the lid up until that lid gets destroyed, and I'm able to bring that part of him out. So yeah. Anyways, let's wait and see how this goes. Now I am thinking, like, I don't think Shigaraki is going to survive this. Like, this is what I think. Like, even though they're talking about like saving him and everything, I feel like this is how I think it is going to go. Deku will definitely save him, but he will save his um he will save him mentally, I think. Physically, I don't think Shigaraki can survive. If he actually survives, like at the end, if Shigaraki actually survives this, and he turns out to be a good person, and like changes into a good person or whatever, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, because the thing is, like, I feel like this uh, formula is such a, that, oh, saving your enemy and, they become our ally kind of thing. It works sometimes, but as a finale of such a big show, I feel like that will be extremely, I don't know, man. Like, this is the character, this Shigaraki, this is the character who we have been like butting our heads from the very first season. He has been consistent, this one person, you know, and all of these seasons, the culmination of everything and all that. If it ends with like, oh yeah, we saved Shigaraki, Shigaraki became a good person, and now he's like hanging out with us, I genuinely don't know how I'll feel about it, because all throughout these episodes, we have been like, we've been seeing him as an enemy to defeat. So yeah, that is why I'm thinking it'll probably be Deku is going to save him, or save his soul, save his mind, save that part of him that needed help. But at the end of the day, he will not be able to survive because of the amount of, like, like he has been pushing his body too far. Because of that, he might probably perish at the end. But before that, Deku will probably save the person inside of him, and he will be able to go away peacefully, without hating the world, or as a as a changed, his perspective would be changed, and if Deku saves him like that, he will be able to leave this world peacefully. I think that is how it's going to go, because I don't know, I just don't think they're going to go in that direction, because like I said, like, it'll be extremely weird if that happens. And you know like, it's just that, like I said, if he was like a villain of like one arc or something, if we saved him, if he's like turns towards us and becomes our ally, that is completely fine. A lot of animes do that and happens. But can you imagine the final person that is there, like the finale, the character in the very finale, the enemy in the very finale, who we have been butting heads from the very first season? If it goes like that, how it's, I don't know, I don't know, it just doesn't feel okay with me for some, like, this big of a show to end like that. So anyways, let's wait and see, because I genuinely don't see that happening. Deku will save him, but Deku will save his, the person inside of him. He won't be able to save the person who is here in front of us, because I don't know, something. Either way, I might be wrong. Let's wait and see. Right. Okay. Anything else? No, that is it. Right. So yeah, let's wait for the next episode. Let's see how that whole plan goes of Kudo. Like I said, I still don't understand how it's going to work. It's just something that he said that it might work. So unless and until we see it happening in front of us on the screen, I won't be able to understand how this is going to work. So let's wait and see. Right. And there you go. That was it. That was my reaction to episode number 5 of My Hero Academia, the final season. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.